I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of Round Lake Area School District 116 Board of Education on Monday, May 19th, 2014 at 7 p.m. in the Round Lake High School Library Media Center. May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Radford?
Here.
Mrs. Cardenas?
Here.
Mrs. McGinley? Here. Mrs. Wells? Here. Mr. Daniels?
Here.
Mr. Rivera?
Here.
Mrs. Larson?
Here. May I please stand
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we are removing 15. Approval of lease agreement between Round Lake Area School District 116 and Lakeville School District 41 from the agenda this evening. Okay, need a motion to approve the agenda. Okay, the motion, Mr. Daniels second. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. McGinley? Yes. Mrs. Cardenas?
Yes.
Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes.
Mrs. Wells?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mrs. Radford?
Yes, motion carries. Board of Education allows and encourages members of the public and visitors to address the board during public comment. Speakers will be invited to address the board in the order in which public comment request cards were submitted. Do we have any? Is there any public comment? Okay, thank you. We are going to move to communications to the board.
We would like to take this opportunity to recognize our retirees, and so we're going to ask if your names are called. Please come forward. We'd like to recognize Diane Burnett, and we would like to thank her for 2 years of dedicated service to the students of Round Lake District 116. Janine Senebaldo, thanks for 6 years of dedicated service to the students of Round Lake. Yes. Okay. Andy O'Brien. Yes, 11 years of service to the students. Marion Shade. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Shade.
Shade, yes. Who I know very well. Wayne Podborny. Jerry, let me know if I'm not pronouncing names correctly. Okay, is Wayne here? Okay, and Wayne has 12 years of service. Linda Schultz, 12 years of service. Sue Whitfield, 12 years of service. Rose Braswell, 13 years of service. Pam Feynman, 13 years of service. Ken Knapp, 13 years of service. Frank Lambs, 14 years of service. Mark Ruff, 26 years of service. Joey Wall, 28 years of service. Barb Hoagman, 31 years of service. Mary Beth Basner, 33 years of service. Deborah Craig, 33 years of service. Ed, 33 years. Renee Schweinberg, 34 years of service. Saw a parent who was saying, oh no. Clarice Ornstein, 35 years. And last but not least, Carla Shepard, 39 years. All of our retirees this year, when you add up all of the years of service to the district, they come to 411 years. Congratulations. Tonight, the administration has gone around. We haven't made it to all of the buildings yet, but we have been going around to each of the schools or each of the administration buildings to personally give them gifts of appreciation. Also take them something to nibble on to say appreciation for all of the service that they have. I'm probably giving away some secrets because we have been surprising them as we have gone around to the schools and to help to celebrate with them along with their staffs and to say thank you for everything that they have done. These are milestones in their careers, and we wouldn't be the district that we are without everything that you have done and everything that you have contributed all of the years that you have been here. And you know, we are so happy that you are here with us, that you have done so much over the years, and now you get to really see what are you going to do and say what are you going to do with the rest of your lives as you wake up on the first day of school next year and decide where you're going to be, what you're going to be doing, and who you're going to be doing it with. So other than with the children and with the staff here in Round Lake District 116, we wish you the very best. We thank you so much for everything that you have done, and you have been a joy. We will continue to have fond memories of all of the contributions that you have made. So thank you for everything that you have done. And we love you, we appreciate you, and we will always remember. And do not forget about us. So come back and keep us informed of what you're doing, where you're going, and all the difference that you're making. I know one person at least I will continue to see in Panera Bread. Yes, yes. And others who I know will be coming back to help us out. So thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Versus the one-day suspensions and that issues. So we're working to change that, so we can see that change.
Could you give, Kevin wasn't here at the last board meeting, Diane, so could you provide the explanation that you provided at the last board meeting?
Yes, last month, and this month, we saw over 100 suspensions. They were all one-day suspensions, over 65% last month and over 70% this month. Were due to a process that the high school was taking in regards to class cuts. So what they did is, since there were class cuts, and then they didn't serve their detention, so then they suspended them. And obviously, that's not a good strategy.
So we got to a tipping point.
We got to a tipping point. They have done a bunch of other strategies, and so we're doing some other things in place to work towards a better solution for that.
Yep. The superintendent's report, construction manager RFQ, the district received a request for statement of qualifications for construction manager services from 10 firms last week. The selection committee will be meeting on May 21st to review and discuss the proposals. Interviews will be scheduled during the week of May 26th. 8th grade promotion and high school graduation ceremonies. The Round Lake High School graduation is on Saturday, May 24th at 10 o'clock a.m. We will be having an outdoor graduation. We do believe that the weather will cooperate, so we will be looking forward to having the outdoor graduation and not having to limit the number of attendees for this graduation ceremony. The Round Lake Middle School 8th grade promotion will be at the high school Thursday, May 29th at 6 o'clock p.m. and the John T. McGee 8th grade promotion will be at John T. McGee Thursday, May 29th at 7:30 p.m. Due to the timing of the 8th grade promotion ceremonies and traveling from Round Lake High School to John T. McGee, parking will be reserved for board members in the drive immediately behind the cafeteria. Ag leadership meeting was today, this afternoon. We met for our monthly meeting. Topics covered included updates regarding budgeting, food service, and cash handling procedures. The team also wrapped up this year's Daggett Book Study Project with Chrissy Cacciatore presenting Chapter 17, demonstrate expertise in use of instructional strategies, technology, and best practices, and Shatan Wolverton and Sean Tiani presenting Chapter 18, use assessments to target, guide, and differentiate instruction. Referendum Planning Committee. The Referendum Planning Committee met today to discuss next steps for the creation of a thorough communication plan for the November 4th, 2014 election. A meeting has been scheduled for next week with Mrs. Bradford and Mr. Daniels for a preliminary discussion regarding referendum funding options. This information will also be presented to the Finance Committee on June 2nd. The board will be asked to review ballot language at the June 16th meeting, followed by a proposed referendum resolution adoption in July. And that is it for the superintendent's report.
Need a motion to approve the April 28th, 2014 regular meeting, May 5th, 2014 committee of the whole meeting, May 12th, 2014 special meeting.
Mr. Deans made the motion, Ms. Larson second. Is there any discussion?
Actually, yes. The meeting of the 28th, I was not here, and the minutes correctly reflect that I was not here. However, they also reflect that I voted in the motion to the two items. So, I was home and too sick to remove anything.
Doesn't matter.
With corrections. No minutes or Daniels.
Roll call, please.
Mrs. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes.
Mrs. Bradford?
Yes.
Mr. DeVera? Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGinley? Yes. Mrs. Burdine?
Yes.
Motion carries. I need a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So, second.
Ms. Luck made the motion, Mr. Daniels second. Any discussion? May I have a roll call, please?
Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. DeVera?
Yes.
Mrs. Burdine?
Yes.
Mrs. McGinley? Yes. Mrs. Bradford?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes.
Mrs. Welch?
Yes. Motion carries. Move on to new business.
Need a motion to increase in the personal inventory of 0.5 FTE teacher.
So Mr. Daniels, second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Cardenas?
Yes.
Mrs. McGinley?
Yes.
Mrs. Welch?
Yes.
Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mrs. Radford?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, I need a motion to go into closed session to discuss appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body, including legal counsel, exception C1, purchase or lease of real property for the use of public body, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired, exception C5, discussion of minutes of meetings lawfully closed under this act, whether for the purposes of approved by the body of the minutes or semi-annual review of the minutes, exception C21, and student disciplinary case, exception 2C9.
So moved.
Mr. Daniels made the motion, Ms. Welch second, and a roll call, please.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes.
Mrs. Radford?
Yes.
Mrs. Cardenas?
Yes.
Mrs. Welch?
Yes.
Mrs. McGinley?
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you all.
Your employment agreement for Dr. Donn Mendoza, principal, 2013 to 2017. Mr. Mike Mizwicki, assistant principal at Park Director for 2013 to 2017. Dr. Keely Roberts, executive director of Symphony and Learning for 2013 to 2017. And Robert Schultz, principal, 2013 to 2017.
Mr. Daniels made the motion, Ms. Welch second. Is there any discussion? Roll call.
Mrs. Welch?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels?
Yes.
Mrs. Radford?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mrs. McGinley?
Yes.
Mrs. Cardenas?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve the April 28, 2014 regular meeting with noted corrections in closed session, May 12, 2014 special meeting.
Mr. Daniels made the motion, Ms. Larson second. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Larson?
Yes.
Mr. Rivera?
Yes.
Mrs. Cardenas?
Yes.
Mrs. McGinley?
Yes.
Mrs. Radford?
Yes.
Mr. Daniels? Mrs. Welch?
Yes.